I think every dad should know how to make pancakes. That's like the number one thing. That's like, and that's like, I feel like is the best thing that I'm good at making and cooking is like pancakes. It's like, all right.
I had to
Check, check, check.
Well, just tell me a story. Listening.
I'm Johnny Funderburg. I'm a father, and it's great.
All right, yeah, I'm Jasper Logan, and I'm a father, and it's great too. Yeah, there we go. I like that.
Heck yeah.
I guess we have this game where we are going to pull a card, and then I guess just talk about what's on the card.
Yes, going into it blind, we do not know what's on the card.
No idea.
So let's go. You go ahead and go first.
You want me to go first? All right, I'll go first. Oh, I picked two. Already wrong. All right, quality time. Quality time.
For me, quality time, it's just being, I think as a father, my perception is like quality time is like being engaged with what they're into.
Yeah.
Rather than like for example, my son Mac loves video games. I just so happen to love video games.
Yeah.
But I'm not disconnected with what they're into.
Very true, yeah.
I think quality time is like trying to watch movies that my little girl wants to watch rather than like me trying to recapture my childhood and watch what I want. So
yeah.
It's like I'm surprised by kids movies because I get to watch ones that I never would have gave the time of day to being a father.
Yeah.
And that's how I spend quality time, is being engaged with what they're into rather than me just trying to like, I don't know, I guess being what they're into. That's for me. Like, what do you want to do rather than me making the plans as a parent? It's more like let them guide you.
100%. I mean, I would say the same. Like, that's literally the same thing that I would say. Like, quality time is like being fully engaged in the moment and being like fully present with them.
Absolutely.
And like their things that they love to do. My daughter is really into gymnastics right now, so it's like flipping around the house or like doing handstands with her and stuff, you know. So like I totally agree. Like quality time is like being engaged in the moment with what they want to do.
And then that's when you can kid down too.
Yeah.
And be a kid again when in that quality time.
Yeah.
So you don't have to. You can take the guard down and just have fun.
100%.
Quality time is like fun, first and foremost. To learn from my kids coming into it that they were a little bit. I had to figure out what they like and what they don't like coming into it, and it maybe as a kid, me growing up a little bit more impoverished, like I didn't have the choices, which is they have choices.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So that is whenever I'm cooking, it's really like sometimes I have to cook two separate things, which is not a problem because Miha might not like this or he might not like this, but my go-to meal if I'm cooking that is going to be a winner every time is grilled cheese.
Oh, nice.
Grilled cheese hits every time.
Yeah.
And also if I'm playing the lazy card, my kids will eat ramen and pot stickers every time.
Oh yeah.
They just kill ramen.
Well, look, Nia loves the ramen because like I make it with like we grew up making it with like butter.
Oh yeah.
And like butter and cheese.
Like I only know certain people that do that. But they'll do ramen anytime, and that's like my cop out meal. Be like, doing this. I'll make you some ramen.
Exactly.
But grilled cheese is a go-to for me if I'm wanting to doll it up. And also they're really good about. I made fried chicken the night before last, cast iron, and they put it down. So
let's go.
So the fried chicken, cast iron, old school like my grandma with the buttermilk.
Yeah.
That's a good one too. And they're usually pretty strong eaters anyway. So
okay, that's good.
Nachos is another go-to for me.
Nice.
So yeah, you want to throw it up?
Oh yeah, let's go.
Let's keep this ball rolling.
All right, let's see. Baby ba ha. I don't know what this means. This is baby ba, huh?
Okay. So
words.
I think this is more for you having. I never experienced having because I can't. These are my stepkids, but of course I don't look at them any different. These are my kids as if they're blood.
For sure.
But I never experienced the baby end of things.
You think this is like Baby's first words,
Maybe
like
communication.
communicating with baby. Okay, okay. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, baby's first words. I guess like during that whole early childhood phase, like when like babies are born, like that's kind of a crazy time because like I feel like they like change daily, like every single day, and so it's like every day is like, oh, you didn't do that yesterday, and now you're doing that today. And that's crazy. So even with words, it's like, at first it's like sounds, and then it's like, oh, you can say hi or dada or like, and like honestly, that's like probably like my favorite part of like fatherhood is like getting to witness this like tiny person become a person, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And like make their own decisions and like say things that they want to say and like not like, does that make sense? It's just like a weird like,
Say the darndest things.
yeah, it's just like a weird concept that like you had something to do with like a whole life, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, coming in when the kids were a little bit older, I think we communicate a lot with body language.
That's real.
And not like in a I'm mad body language, more like in a playful way. It's like you give them the look, but in a funny way. But I think that we communicate a lot without words.
That's good.
And
yeah.
It's just kind of how my grandpa did. I didn't have a dad growing up. He just wasn't in my life.
Yeah.
Never really cared to be, but my grandpa raised me, and he was really good at the body language thing, and I think I got that from him.
Yeah.
And that's the way we kind of communicate sometimes is without words.
That's good.
And they kind of know, like, give them like a, hey, pick up your room,
Yeah.
I would come in there and just kind of look around like, what's this?
Yeah.
What's this?
Yeah.
And I think that the body language thing is kind of, of course I wasn't around when they were kids, but
the communicating,
I can understand, and I understand exactly where you're coming from with the changing, because even them being older, they dramatically.
I mean, even like they've grown, they've gotten so tall, like
markers, and it's like me and Lee have been married for going on 3 years, and it's like 3 years 4 inches.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Nuts.
I buy shoes every day.
Oh, bro.
All right, next one, which is also going to be in your department.
Diapers. Diapers. They cost a lot of money, and they're only getting more expensive. But I think y'all don't have to do the diaper thing anymore. So.
And as a kid, I guess my family was like a cloth diaper family.
Oh, really?
I grew up in like a Pentecostal environment.
Okay, yeah.
It was just something that we were.
Yeah.
We had diapers on a backup scenario.
Yeah.
We hardly ever used them like that, and to be honest with you, I ran around naked a lot as a kid. So,
yeah.
I guess my mom had to clean it up in a way that was not as cool as the diaper. Definitely something I've never had to buy myself. I do know working in grocery stores that it is a huge cost. And I know that, WIC and food stamps did not buy diapers when I was a kid, so I think that's why my family maybe took the alternative.
It's a great accomplishment when the potty training happens.
I could
both financially and like and it's like, oh, okay, now we can
and as far as like I have a strong stomach, so like my idea of changing a diaper, I'm not like to me that doesn't bother me.
Oh yeah,
I know some dads like that are my friends that are just like so hands off with the diaper change. And if I was in the opportunity to have a small child with Lee or in my life, that I wouldn't be weird about it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Like you gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh, definitely.
And they're gonna do what they're gonna do.
100%.
All right, so you on the card.
Let's see. Drugs.
Yeah, I'm not they just hadn't come. I think Mac and Rosemary both understand that like drugs are bad. They do know that. Just school exposure and stuff like that. But I haven't had to sit down and like have a hard conversation about what this is or the effects of. It's just they're not really at that age. But coming from a family that has a huge amount of substance abuse, my mom passed away from drugs 6 years ago. So it's like I'm definitely like have a hard stance on how drugs can ruin your family. Even if the conversation ever was to come up, I would be ready for it. I feel like, because I lived through it, and I would never want my kids to go down that road.
100%.
Drugs, and that's where my stance is pretty hard on it. Like, live your life, do what you want. No, it's like avoid it at all costs, because there's no positive.
Yeah. 100% same. I mean, I think like it's kind of difficult. I guess not difficult, but just like processing the like on one hand you have these like sort of like beliefs and truths that, like, you know, I'm like you, I have a hard stance on like drugs as well, and then also like I also know the reality of like how life can be, and like when you get around friends and like you get around like good time, you know, and then they're sort of like defining a good time as this, and so like, and like experimenting and all this stuff. And so like I think for me, like I want to be the type of dad that is able to like always be ready to have those conversations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Listening Lab is a space for honest and intimate conversations to better understand our neighbors and ourselves, and is made possible by the Walmart Foundation.